we should start the proceeding. So, with this, I welcome our expert for this session, Dr. Girja Shankar sir from EESL Energy Efficiency Services Limited. He is General Manager there in Technical at Delhi. So, I welcome Dr. Girja Shankar sir as well as all the participants who have joined from across the country. So, before starting the session, I wish to read the credentials of Dr. Girja Shankar sir. Actually, sir received the undergraduate degree in electrical engineering from the Malviya Regional Engineering College, Jaipur, India in 1993, and postgraduate degree in power system from MNIT, Jaipur again, in India, and in 2005. He is currently working as general manager in EESL, a and ministry. This is a kind of uh, industry or a company which actually work under the Ministry of Power, Government of India, and leading consultancy portfolio of industrial energy efficiency and cooling related extremely funded projects from UNIDO, UNEP, ADB, and World Bank under corporate driven programs. He had worked as regional cluster head of Southwest cluster covering EESL's operations in the states of Maharashtra, Goa, Kerala, and Karnataka. Earlier, sir has worked in Bureau of Energy Efficiency (BEE). Perhaps all the participants might be knowing about it. That is Public Works Department, Rajasthan, and DISCOM, and having over 31 years of experience in energy efficiency and cleaner technologies. He was instrumental in setting up of institutional framework of ESCRT trading under PAT scheme of BEE. His research interest includes power quality, energy efficiency, and ESCO financing. So this much of rich experience since you sir is working in this area in many of the years since 35 years he has experience. So definitely we all participants from the different background will get benefited from the sir's expertise. So with this, I once again welcome Dr. Girja Shankar sir to present his session. One more thing which I wish to convey is that, sir, actually we are having, as I said, that around 200 participants, and out of them, since the participants are of interdisciplinary nature, means some maybe some from management, some maybe from other branch of engineering, along with the electrical like mechanical, civil, computer science, and all. So it will be better if you keep it in generalized so that everyone can understand and get out of that. So once again, thank you, and please present yourself, sir. Please.
Thank you, Ganeshji, and welcome maybe the all participant, and good afternoon to all. What the Ganeshji has just mentioned about, so I am general manager and working under one of the entity you may be aware about. It is Energy Efficient Services Limited. You just confirm my voice is audible and my presentation is maybe visible to all of you.
Yes, it's okay from my side. It is clearly visible as well as
Okay.
you are audible also. Any participants can you please can confirm?
Yes, sir, audible.
Thank
Good.
you.
And
Thank you for
slides are
confirming.
also visible.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Audible. Slide is
Thank you.
audible.
Thank you. So you maybe know there are two organizations. One is the Bureau of Energy Efficiency and another is the Energy Efficiency Services Limited. So both organizations are under part of the Ministry of Power. Bureau is working on the policy front where what type of maybe the policy requirement under the Energy Conservation Act, they are working in that domain area. So when they have initiated various energy efficiency policy instruments like the star labeling of the appliances, energy efficient appliances, there are standards they have set for the industry. They have set standards for the commercial buildings. So there is a need that whenever maybe the new technologies are going to be penetrated in the existing conventional industry environment. So the four PSUs, the NTPC, REC, PFC and PGCIL, they have come up and they have formed the Energy Efficiency Services Limited. And the task given to Energy Efficiency Services Limited is to that we have to create the instrument which may be favorable for creating the market on these energy efficient appliances. On that basis, the policy instruments of the Bureau are going to be adopted by the various sectors and in the economy of India. So, Energy Efficient Services Limited is working at various portfolio. We have around working with across the India. In each state, we have our regional office, and the mandate which given to ESL is that whatever may be the requirement of market, we have to channelize those instruments so that the energy efficiency can penetrate in a viable manner. So last, I think, more than 10 years, we are working with the several instruments, and one of the key instrument which we are using is the which is maybe in most of the management terms you all may be aware, whenever a economy of scale instruments or is going to be used, where the large number of procurements are going to be carried out with the supportive ecosystem which support both sides, from the client side who are using the energy efficient technology and the technology solution provider, means the manufacturers and vendors. If the ecosystem workable for the both type of these groups, then only the energy efficiency equipment are adopted at a large or mass scale. So in 2016, the Prime Minister has launched this one of the flagship program of Ministry of Power, Ujala. So at that time, the LED lights are very costly affair. I think first time when we have done this procurement of the LED lights, so around 368 rupees is the cost or the price. So with the support of various government entities, DISCOMs, the public sector units, we have aggregated the large demand and we have done the multiple procurement process with a larger quantity. So within a span of around 2 years, we can able to reduce down this 368 by the 38 rupees. Around 1/10 of the cost reduction has been penetrated. So this resulted into the market sense. Currently, no one is using the incandescent, and most of LED lights available apart from the ESL program uh, from the various manufacturers. So this success story we also try to implement it in the other program. We have done the Street Light National Program where more than 1 crore LED lights we have installed, and we also operated those street lights for the 7-year, 8-year, 10-year contracts. In the similar manner, we have done various energy efficiency large scale retrofitting program in the government building, and the primarily the lighting, the air conditioning and the ventilations are related energy conservation measures we have implemented in more than 10,000 buildings. And in the similar manner, we have the largest, I think, smart meter national program where the UP, Bihar and other states also. So we have implemented more than 10 lakh smart meters installed, operated, and it is also a very innovative business model where per month lease charges are going to be paid to the ESL by the DISCOM, and whatever the cost we have incurred, so the technical solution providers are paid by the ESL on the basis of these repayment we are received on the monthly basis on the lease model. In similar manner, we have done the various program, the municipal energy efficiency. Apart from the energy efficiency, we are also working on the clean energy technologies. So we have supported one of the two MNRE program. One is the ATAL Jyoti Yojana. It also have the same but I think today's sessions we have this ATAL, your deliberation. Another is the solar steady lamp. So around more than 63 lakhs solar state lamps are distributed with the support of IIT Bombay. And these solar steady lamps have the one part is the solar, a small module, the LED lights, and some controls and the battery system. We also installed around more than 100 megawatt decentralized solar across the India. Primarily, this Kusum scheme of MNRE, I think our this decentralized solar, the project which we have implemented with the support of Maharashtra Discoms, MSCDCL. So on that basis, the MNRE has come out this Kusum. So this the solar based rural feeder we have fed it there, and around more than 100 megawatt solar plant at decentralized level at various location of MSCDCL, some in the rural areas, maybe the local gram panchayat land we have installed those solar projects. In the similar manner, we are also working with the mobility part. So initial, I think more than 1,510 e-cars we have deployed with the various ministries, public sector entities. In the similar manner, our one of the subsidiary, you may be aware about CESL. It is the Convergence Energy Service Limited, and they are working on the e-mobility part, primarily on the e-bus services, and they are one of the identified nodal agency by the heavy industry department. So I maybe focus my this presentation primarily on how the energy efficiency can have the impact on the renewable energy systems, and what are maybe the supportive system currently in India exist, and they are the main key drivers for pushing energy efficiency as well as the renewable energy. So I think this journey was initiated in when the Energy Conservation Act was passed at 2001. The Bureau of Energy Efficiency has been established in 2002, and various the NAPCC, National Action Plan on Climate Change. So National Action Plan of Climate Change in 2000 has come up with the 8 larger mission, and one of the mission is National Mission on Enhanced Energy Efficiency. So this NMEEE has rolled out various programs who are supporting the energy efficiency and energy conservation in the various economies. So currently Bureau is providing this star labeling program and the PET perform, achieve and trade scheme of the Bureau of Energy Efficiency for the larger industry are, I think, the two major outcome of National Mission on Enhanced Energy Efficiency. Bureau has also recently come out with one of the interest subvention scheme. It is called the Aditi, Advancement of Supportive the Energy Efficiency Project for the MSME sector. Apart from that, as Ganesh has just mentioned, that one of the target which the India has given at international level under the intended national determined contribution. So the revised INDC targets have also prioritized the commitment of India to install around 500 gigawatt of non-fossil fuel based installation capacity by the 2030, and also supportive to have the more than maybe up to the 50% cumulative electric power installed capacity from the non-fossil fuel based resources. These two are the major drivers for proliferation or maybe the accelerated deployment of the renewable energy solutions. There is also mandate for the reduced emission intensity by 45% on the basis of the GDP by 2030 with respect to the baseline year of 2005. So these two targets means that doubling of energy efficiency and tripling of renewable power are the key two mandates of the government of India, and we have committed to the international obligation, and our the obligation is that we have to achieve these targets. And most of the renewable power projects, whether it may be the Pradhan Mantri Surya Ghar Yojana or maybe the ground mounted solar installation, are part of this. These two, maybe behind these two international commitment we have given to the UNFCCC. Apart from that, there is also a creation of the additional carbon sink, which will also support by the forest cover and maybe the tree cover or maybe the biomass around 2.5 to 3 billion tons of CO2. And we have also given commitment that Government of India, we will prioritize our development, and we also prioritize the sustainable development and the climate justice and the lifestyle. So we have this life as a mission from the Ministry of MOFCC, and MOFCC is the nodal agency who are maybe coordinating with the different ministries to meet these ENDC targets. Uh, I may be restricted to coming up to this, maybe our what type of renewable energy solutions currently we have. So broadly, you all aware, we have the solar PV based solutions, which may be the prime nowadays. Apart from that, we also have the hydro energy solution, maybe the wind energy systems, fuel cell, and the bioenergy solutions. And you all are aware that these all solutions, these RES, renewable energy solutions, have impact on account of the various component or maybe the subsystems of these RES solutions. So every component and their efficiency parameter have the impact on the overall footprint of these energy solutions. So in terms of maybe the solar PV, we all know that the efficiency of the module is one of the key element which have impact on the whatever maybe the energy generation we are claiming from the installed capacity. Apart from that, inverter is also one of the key element, and efficiency of inverter also have the impact. And we know that for the modules, this CUF of 18 to 23%. Nowadays, with the advancement of the technology, with the advancement of maybe the different type of solutions available in the market, and also there are some business model who are able to accelerate the adoption of these solar PV system across the various sectors of Indian economy. And in the other, I think, energy solution systems, so the component and the efficiency of the particular component have a very significant impact, and we should also focus whenever we are selecting those components when we are designing a renewable energy solution. So the selection of the defined parameters, maybe the specification and the performance parameter, is have a very large impact in the long run when we are selecting these instruments. I think subsequent slides may be more focused on how these component efficiency have the impact on various solutions. In the overall perspective, you all may be aware, I'm not going in much detail, but the total installed capacity electricity capacity is around crossing the 500 gigawatt, and around non-fossil fuel based is around 256 gigawatt, and primarily the RE capacity is around 220 gigawatt. If we can maybe reduce down or maybe minus the nuclear capacity and the large hydro. Also, the solar capacity is one of the key value among this 220 gigawatt. So around 129.9 gigawatt solar capacity across the maybe the utility scale, the ground mounted, roof mounted, hybrid or the off grid. So this entire, and ground mounted is maybe the main key or maybe the main element among the component. So it have around 100 gigawatt capacity. The rooftop nowadays, on account of maybe this PM Surya Ghar Yojana, so around 10 gigawatt is across maybe targeted by Government of India on the maybe residential sector side. But MNR is also supporting to the rooftop installation in the government institutions under the same scheme of PM Surya Ghar Yojana, and they are also providing support to this net metering through the discoms. So various government entities, they are also installing rooftop solar at their uh, uh, office buildings as well as any other institutional buildings which they have. ESL is also working with various organizations on the support for the rooftop solar. So we are working with the Sports Authority of India, the Port Trust of Visakhapatnam, this Inland Waterways Authority. So we are also providing support in designing the document, the survey, and maybe the accessible part, how much maybe the rooftop can be able to install in these various organizations. And Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, they have allocated these maybe the rooftop solar for the government buildings with the various public sector entities, and ESL has also be allocated from the MNI side some sectors and some departments where we are providing the support. In the overall solutions, we can also see that bioenergy is one of the sustainable solution which nowadays are, I think, penetrating with the bioenergies also provide maybe the circular economy. So the whatever maybe the biomass currently available in the city, and which is one of the key challenge for the city administration to avoid maybe the collection of those biomass. So nowadays this PNG ecosystem, which are I think more than 50 cities have this PNG ecosystem where the biomass is used for the PNG natural pipeline based these PNGs available for the residential as well as the industrial applications, and they are supporting to the various clusters in the MSME as well as the larger plants also nearby to those clusters. Apart from, in addition to the PNG, which are, mostly the various cities are penetrating and replacing the LPG gas by the PNG gas. So these are the, if we see the total overall key impact, is that the small improvement in the efficiency of component can able to result out the overall maybe the energy or maybe the kilowatt hour generation from the various systems. This is a broad aspects how much maybe the improvement in the components can able to enhance their energy maybe the generation from the renewable sources. So one maybe the foremost is that the equipment efficiency and around 6 to 12% improvement potential through the optimization of various component and the system design. So the selection of the maybe the PV solar or various element or equipment which are maybe responsible for the RES, they have the impact in the range of 6 to 12%. The second is and foremost is the operational efficiency. So not only the equipment efficiency, if we select a equipment and if we are not able to operate and maintain those equipment, then there is also likely to be reduction in the efficiency parameter. So the operational efficiency can also able to achieve the enhancement of 5 to 10%. And this is in the case of the solar. It is a very, very key element. If we are not maybe maintaining or maybe cleaning the solar PV module, we are not able to get the desired results what we are at the design stage we have claimed. So the operational efficiency is also one of the key element, and it result actually the in terms of maybe the kilowatt hour generation, and it also associated on the longevity. So it also affect if the operational efficiency is not going to be maintained, then the larger breakdown maybe occurs, and that will result in the maybe your actual generation are going to be reduced. We had done various surveys with the various departments, and we had seen in many departments this CUF as low as up to the 4% we have seen. And that's maybe majorly on account of the operational efficiency because they have installed the good system, but no one is maintaining. And many units we have seen that are not in operational or maybe able to connect and provide the electricity generation to the load side. So operational efficiency is also one of the key elements. The third is the load balancing, maybe the as per your load profile and as per maybe your availability or the installed capacity. If you are able to balance these two, maybe the installed as well as the load profile, then you only able to achieve the results, and it also have the impact. So overall, we can say around 18 to 30% efficiency improvement can be achievable in the electricity generation if we maybe take care, have the due diligence on the equipment, operational efficiency, as well as the load balancing part. And this on the scale of 1 megawatt may be able to achieve the additional generation of around 175 megawatt hour annually, and it will have also a impact on your revenue on account of maybe the electricity generation. If we go more detailed out how the equipment efficiency have the impact, so primarily we can see the major component in the terms of the maybe the generation is the panel technology, what type of technology we are using. Although nowadays most of installation or the new installation are based on the monocrystalline earlier, and maybe for the smaller applications we also see that various smaller applications they are using the polycrystalline. But nowadays this polycrystalline are not very much acceptable in the market, and the market is going to be diminished for these type of panel technology. Second one is that apart from maybe the panel, if we are selecting maybe the monocrystalline, there are also the advancement in the cell technology. So the maybe the standard mono may be able to given the 18 to 20%, but if we use maybe the PRC or the top cone, then there is a improvement in the range of 1 to 3% on account of the advanced cell technology which are going to be used. If we also have maybe the surface which are reflective in nature, and we can able to maybe reutilize the reflected rays, then bifacial can also able to give around 15% more additional electricity generation on account of the reflections from the surface. So this advancement in the cell technology also have the impact on the CUF. The third one is the panel wattage. So mostly, although the panel wattage may not result in increase in the generation part, but nowadays most of the new this TOPCon or the PRC, the larger capacity have the CUF also at a larger one value. So the smaller capacity which may be currently available in the market, they have the lesser this CUF factor because the larger capacity are the new technology based, and on account of that they have the higher CUF. So on account of the panel wattage, we can also see that there is a around 1 to 2% increase in comparison to the smaller capacity panels. The last one is the inverter type, so the string and the central. So nowadays most of the installations are using the string inverters, and they are able to provide the CUF about maybe ensure 2 to 3% increase in comparison to the central inverter types. So we can say around 3 to 5% improvements can also be achieved based on the selection of type of panel, type of cell, and maybe the panel capacity, and maybe on the account of the type of inverter. So these are the broad, I think, figures I have given up based on maybe the specific requirement. Whenever a designer are proposing some solutions, so they can suggest or maybe provide the standards based on the requirement at site, and also every increment also associated with the some cost. So the on the basis of cost benefit analysis, the proper selection of panel, proper selection of the cell technology, and the wattage and the inverter can be suggested to the clients. In the overall, whatever maybe the capacity we are proposing, so we can also see that as per the current Indian regulation, most of the discom nowadays allowing the solar capacity, the installed capacity bigger than the maybe whatever the contract demand they have. So contract demand is the that demand which any client are maybe filled up during the making the contract with the discom. So if I have maybe the 10 kilowatt contract demand for my house, then I can able to install the 10 kilowatt panel for my house for that purpose. But there are also some criteria by which I can also able to install more than 10 kilowatt, and this is as per the applicable Indian regulations, and the discoms can allow. Only restriction is that whenever my the generation is going beyond that, so there are the two options: either it goes to the maybe the discom, or it should be retained in the storage part. So most of we all aware at the time of maybe 6 to 10, the availability of the solar insolation is not so much. So we can, by proposing a higher capacity, maybe the system, we can able to reach out maybe larger generation as per our load profile. So we can have the somehow balancing between the load profile as well as the generation parts based on the higher capacity, the solar systems. And this will also ensure that if my total electricity requirement for a particular application in a year, so if I can able to put maybe 30 to 40% extra capacity panel, then my this total overall electricity requirement can be more higher value I can able to settle. Otherwise, it may be not able to means we can able to set off, or we can have maybe the dependency on account of maybe the lower insulation, or maybe because of my limited proposed capacity, I have to limit my total overall electricity generation. So nowadays, most of maybe whether it may be the rooftop or maybe the ground mounted solar, the discoms are allowing to put a larger one, and on that account in the campus, in the maybe the building, they can able to set up to about 55% of the total electricity requirement by putting a solar of around 30 to 40% extra in the capacity based on maybe allowed as per their contract demand. So I am not going in much detail. You all are aware about these terms, and these are, I think, one of the key element when we are selecting any solutions. So performance ratio, solar CUF, and the inverter loading. These are the three key element parameters when you are proposing to the any clients. This inverter loading ratio is around maybe 1.35. So this will also able to support the higher capacity proposed system when you are proposing to match a larger maybe the setup of your electricity requirement. These are maybe the one of the key elements. So it is not only that have to just propose a good system, but it should also be that we have to maintain those good system in a proper manner. And in that context, this O&M is one of the key parameters which we need to be take care. So primarily, if we see that impact of maybe the maintenance impact, so major one is that cleaning of panel. So I am just restricting my discussion with only with respect to the solar related solutions. So for the panels, we can able to if we are able to maintain by the proper cleaning, then in the maybe the scale of 1 to 10, around maybe the 7 scale we can able 7 or 8 scale we can able to achieve the results. So one of the key element is that maybe this panel cleaning we should be have to maintain to in order to achieve our I think the COF which we have targeted. The second component which maybe the maintenance have impact is that any inverter maybe the hotspot elimination. So that should also be maintained if there is any some loose connections or maybe some maybe the hotspot are created in the maybe your entire system, whether it may be the circuitry or maybe at your panel part, or we have to also maintain how we can avoid maybe the any hotspot. And nowadays there are technologies available by which you can identify the spot and you can able to maybe mitigate those hotspots with a quicker manner so that any breakdowns will not going to be incur. The third one is the inverter, because inverter have is maybe the methodology in terms of maybe the whatever the electricity they are follow up. So any firmware should also be avoided. And the last one is the transformer oil. Although most of the transformer oils are not so on a frequent basis, but this is also one of the key element. If the transformer is oil based and if it has been leaked out or have some issue, then there are chances that the breakdown can happen, although its impact is not so much in comparison to the panel one. So if we see that energy storage system, in case of the energy storage system, so energy storage, although it is a costly affair, and if you are maybe putting the maybe battery BSS system, then it have the cost, but it also provide more, I think, the utilization in terms of the electricity. So the key element of energy storage system also have the impact on the overall your energy renewable energy solutions. So there are maybe the three type of the energy storage systems are presently available. One is maybe the battery based system, which have the efficiency in terms of maybe 88 to 94%. Second, also there is a nowadays new systems are coming up and few PSUs are working on this, maybe the pump hydro. So the large scale maybe the storage system can be used with the pumped hydro. And also there are some innovators who are coming up with solution with the flywheel. So the grid balance efficiency and frequency control efficiency are the key element when you are proposing to any energy storage system. Most of the smaller capacity lithium ion battery is one of the key element. So nowadays, the many entities are coming up with replacement of their DG set with the BSS system, and BSS system is one of the maybe the best solution, and it is also available nowadays on a very commercially available business model. So on the maybe per kilowatt hour basis, many solution companies are coming up and they are providing this solution. They are also giving the guarantee up to the 7 year and 10 years on their battery. that if they are maybe providing the solutions on the battery-based energy system, so they are also taking care about if the battery replacement within that contract period of 7 years are going to be maintained by the technology solution provider, and there is no cost burden to the entity. And maybe in the future, these maybe whatever the batteries which are currently used in the maybe EV or maybe the other solar application, they are also going to be reutilized in the various maybe the battery based energy storage system. This in overall maybe the 10% storage integration reduce the curtailment by 15 to 25%, and improvement annual revenue maybe 5 to 8% is likely to be achievable by utilizing the energy storage system along with the renewable energy sources. Apart from nowadays, I think AI is penetrating in every economy domain, and we had seen that very fast and very accurate results you can able to do if you have the data, if you have the maybe proper training to your module, and AI forecasting is one of the key element where you can in advance knowledge about what is maybe my load profile at what time, so I can dispatch the renewable energy systems according to my AI based load forecasting. Second, maybe also available that intelligent inverter control can be used. So the dynamic dispatch can be ensured by using the intelligent inverter control, and it is the similar to what nowadays or maybe the earlier in conventional manner we are using this BMS system. So the BMS system will take care whatever maybe any requirement in air conditioning system in the similar manner wherever depending upon the load profile in the dynamic manner I can able to use of the advanced and software driven control algorithm inside the power inverters that allows them to actually support the grid stability, optimize energy flow and responsible dynamically to the grid condition. So this is also one of the key element. The third one is the VPP aggregation. So here the virtual power plant coordination is used. It will provide the intelligent control and optimize of many small power sources. So VPP will work if you have that maybe the at different locations, the different renewable energy sources. And through the virtual network, you can aggregate all these isolated solutions in your virtual machine on the basis of virtual machine, and maybe the based on your command and maybe your logic and algorithm, you can able to achieve that which dispatch I have to do for my actual requirement of the load profile, and accordingly I can maybe switch on or switch off or maybe divert the load or maybe the electricity generated from the various renewable energy sources, and in the optimized manner we can able to achieve the maybe up to 90 or 95% load matching with the various renewable energy sources. The last one you maybe also know about, there is a demand response. So demand response is a I think the recently taking up shape in India. So demand response is that depending upon the demand, there are maybe either curtailment of the load or maybe the involvement of maybe the other renewable energy sources. So during the peak power, if the demand response gives to the maybe the different large entity, which they can defer their load from that during the peak time period. So on that basis, because of the deferment of the load, the renewable energy can able to take care about whatever maybe the minimum requirement of that load profile can be adjusted. The demand response nowadays are also gaining with the you can maybe see in the pumping storage. So most of this public health engineering department or maybe the irrigation pumps, those pumps are operating 18 to 20 hours, and they have the, I think, the probability that they can shift their load. So during the peak power, they can switch off, and maybe during the off peak power, they can switch on. So the time of tariff of any discom will support them, and they will incentivize on account of this demand response. This demand response can also be maybe at a large scale, at maybe at one grid level, or maybe the one feeder level can also be accommodated. And demand response have the integration of IT, integration of the various load consumers, and depending upon the requirement of that grid or maybe that feeder, DISCOM will provide a signal to the various different these consumer, and consumer, on the basis of this demand response, they can curtail that demand during the peak hours and shift their demand during the non-peak hours. So on that basis, they will get benefited in the terms of tariff as well as the incentivization of the load shifting the DISCOM is providing to them. So these are the some maybe the tool by which the smart load management we can able to match or maybe more in precise manner the optimize the utilization of renewable energy sources. So this is maybe my last slide. So on the cost benefit analysis on maybe 1 megawatt solar plant, and we have just in the broad sense we have put these number. One may be the cleaning part, another may be this
यहाँ के लायक भाग तो इसीलिए तो मैं किसी से बात ही नहीं करती मैडम मेरे पता क्या है सिर्फ तो हर चीज फेंक देती है ये इतने सस्ते और खराब है कि मैं यहाँ पे पहले तो उतार भी देती हूँ
करणजीत को am I audible
मैडम मेरी
actually?
चांदी वाले फेंक दिए उसने पता नहीं कहाँ गए
करणजीत, are you there?
ओरिजिनल मोती था तो मैडम पता नहीं कहाँ गया उसके
So on the basis of robotic cleaning, SCADA, and maybe the battery, we can able to achieve maybe more around the saving or maybe the base generation enhancement in terms of 1 megawatt hour, around 50 to 60 lakhs annual revenue we can able to generate. So these are the, I think, the broad figure based on some assumptions, values and parameters. And we can also nowadays maybe the AI forecasting, digital twin, drone thermography to identify the hot spots, and also reduce down the predictive using the predictive maintenance, so the outage can be minimized during these renewable energy solutions. These are maybe the key roles and responsibility for the entire solution. So primarily, whenever these type of solutions are required in the market, currently there are the two models are available. One is maybe on the total cost basis. So whenever any client wants to install the renewable energy sources, they just do the bid and select a technology solution provider or developer, and they will paid based on the actual tendered cost. Another model is that the PPP model, where the RESCO companies are installing with their own cost and getting paid from the PPA rates. So the developer will do their own maybe the installation, the operational part, as well as maybe the long-term contract and PPA they signed with the client, and on the basis of the defined PPA rate, they are get paid and recover their investment they have done during the installation part as well as the maintenance and operation parts. So one part is the developer, EPC contractor. It may be only on who are providing the solutions. So they are not signing the PPA. The developer will sign the PPA. There are also role and responsibility of O&M agency to maybe achieve, minimize the losses and enhance the efficiency. So O&M is one of the key element by which if it is properly not maintained, then we are able to lose maybe the revenue what we have committed during the design part. So O&M agency is one of the key element, and it should be properly maintained, it should be properly paid, and it should be have the responsibility of keeping of the system. The grid operator and maybe the regulator, these are the external, and their role is also very, very essential to just have the matchmaking and maybe the balancing of the load as well as the supply fed to the system. So maybe the energy auditors and others, they will only provide what type of the currently operating conditions of those systems. So they will suggest, they will maybe provide some advisory in terms of how you can be benefited. And these energy auditor and maybe the RESCO company are also providing how the green power can be purchased. So most of, I think the PPA currently are signing, they are getting the rates in terms of maybe 3 to 5 rupees per unit. And if we compare this with the rate of the discount, which is for the commercial consumers is around 8 to maybe 9 rupees range. For the industrial consumer, the rate is maybe 7 to 9. So in comparison to the current discount rates, I think the PPA and the developers, they are providing a better option, and any entity, if they are having the target of decarbonization or maybe sustainable development, they are providing best option. So we had done, I think, the various meeting with the clients, and many senior management have just shown interest, and they many times ask us also why these maybe the decisions are not taken the earlier one, why so much delay, because in PPA there is no obligations on the part of maybe the cost part or the payment part. The client has only paid basis of the generation part. So this is a very, very attractive model in terms of PPA. These agreements are going on, and it also gaining a good momentum. Apart from this, maybe this RESCO model, there are mixed up models are also working where the developer have the responsibility for the initial 5 year or 7 years, and after that they can maybe just escape from the agreement, and later stage the client will engage the agency, and those one agency will take care. So various, I think the mix and the hybrid models are also prevailing in the market, and they are providing good responsibility. So this is, I think, primarily from my side. Over to Ganeshji, and maybe the
Yeah. Yes, sir, I'm here only. Okay. Thank you,
yeah,
sir. It was really full of information. The presentation was really had. So I hope participants are there in the meeting and they have learned many of the things out of it. If they have any question, they can directly ask to sir. He is live now, and he can take the queries if any participant has.
and also I request if anyone maybe no task currently, you can just note down my email and phone number. Both are available, and you can also reach out to me.
Okay, it has been also written over the slide also. It is GSHANKAR8EESL.co.in. So if any of the participant, if they have any kind of query, they can directly ask. Although I have one generalized, although that is not relevant to this, but is there anyone who wish to ask something?
Hello, sir.
Sir, yeah.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste, sir. This is Dr. Rekha Swami. Sir,
Yes,
actually,
ma'am.
I worked on demand response. I just want to know how it can be implemented at residential level.
सो सर मैम, इसमें मेरा मैं आपको प्राइमरली बताऊं, डिमांड रिस्पांस में ये है कि आपका जब पीक आवर्स पे जब डिस्कॉम्स अवेलेबल करता है तो उनको क्या परचेज करनी पड़ती पावर, दैट्स एट ए वेरी मे बी हायर टेरिफ. So discoms are proposing and also having maybe the obligation with the various developers. So primarily, if we are targeting the maybe the residential consumer, so
Okay.
during the evening hours, there are the two loads. One is maybe your lighting, which is going to be at a peak. In evening, we also see that this air conditioner also have the peak. But during the evening, we most of I think households we are also using the pumps, maybe lifting of the water. So if the DISCOM will gives the signal, so they sign the agreements with the maybe group of consumers. In the one area, they can sign a maybe formal agreement that we will provide a response a signal, and on that signal, if you can able to provide maybe reduce down your load by a certain means, maybe per kilowatt or per maybe uh, kilowatt basis. So if you can reduce down that your load, they will incentivize and provide some incentive on the basis of whatever the total load reduction can happen. And it is maybe for 1 hour, 2 hour. So whenever maybe in nowadays in a locality, the mostly the transformer which are installed maybe 500 kVA, and if the load is going beyond this 500 kVA, they are having the agreement within the vicinity of that locality, and they with the consumers who are feeded from maybe that this one the transformer, they ask with them with the signaling, maybe some IT based software generally used, and if the consumers are able to reduce down, then they will provide some more. They also provide signaling when there is underutilization. In the daytime, maybe when the loads are not at a, maybe peak, or load is at the off-peak hours. So at that time, they also want, if anyone wants to increase their load, because at that time they have the surplus electricity. So they will also provide maybe some incentive in the load additional part. In terms of maybe the execution of these type of scheme, I think the DISCOM and maybe one or two developers. So one developer maybe who can provide the IT-based solution, another who can just engage for management of these type of activities. They can make the partner, and on this basis it can be done. And there are currently in the two type of solutions are available. One is based on technology, another is based on the human behavior, because there are certain consumers who maybe want to get benefit in terms of rupees, and they did not have any issue if they able to shift their load from the peak hours to the off peak hours. So these type of initial I think pilot projects has been done in this BSL Delhi. They have done 2 3 pilots here.
Okay,
So
sir.
my suggestion that you can reach out to the DISCOM and maybe collaborate with the some IT company, then it can be able to do that.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
So thank you,
Second
madam.
option, you can also reach out to maybe the irrigation department or public health engineering department, because they have the larger bulk size of the pumps and motor, and in the peak hours they can shift. There is no issue at all. So about 2 3 hours they can shift their maybe the pumping of loads.
Yes, actually, sir, I have one another generalized question. Since I think many of the industries and residential or some kind of commercial complex have the kind of energy audit they need to they need to happen during maybe within 2 or 3 years of gap. So, is there the, I mean, applicability of that there in always there in with the buildings, or is there any kind of other policies there? Since
Okay.
one of my friend who is energy auditor from BEE, so whether he has kind of certificate to make such kind of audits.
So currently, these type of mandates are initiated by the SDAs, state designated agencies, and mostly I think the renewable energy in the states in the case of maybe Rajasthan, this RRECL has this mandate, and they are providing the mandate to the currently for the this industrial clients, and also the some building maybe some threshold of 100 kilowatt and above buildings, they have these type of mandate. Mandates are there, but the enforcement of those mandate is, I think, the must, which is lacking in India and may not available currently. If maybe any, maybe the faculty member or anyone, you have some maybe the connect with energy audit. So currently in this Aditi scheme of Bureau of Energy Efficiency, if anyone wants to see ADEETIE, this is one is a financial instrument scheme from Bureau of Energy Efficiency, and they are providing around 1 lakh energy audit pay for the industrial clients. They have identified around 14 sectors, 60 clusters. So any auditors, if they can able to do the energy audit and create a bankable DPR for those industrial clients as identified under these clusters, they can get benefited. And it is a very, I think, uh, truly available, and being as a part of Aditi team, I am the responsible and I can able to provide the support.
Okay. So it means that energy auditor being designated by BEE is eligible to make such kind of audits?
Yeah, any audit, any certified energy auditor, they can able to do. That's the
And
only
then another
requirement.
kind of also certification is being given by that Institution of Engineers India also, that is Chartered Engineer, something like that. So is
Okay.
Chartered Engineer is also eligible for the same?
No, I think B has only authorized the certified energy auditors. So they have the two classification. One is certified energy auditor, CA they card, and another is accredited energy auditors. These are the two lists they have. And any and maybe the energy auditors who have these certificate, they can able to do.
Yes, exactly. I think the appliances, I mean, kind of a star rating is also being given by the BE to the various kind of appliances.
Yes. So
Okay, all
for
right.
if any faculty member wants to interested for these industrial audit in 60 cluster, I can provide the full support to them.
Okay, all right. So thank you very much, sir. One more thing, whether we should go for even, let's say, I am interested to make some kind of energy audit and all. So then before going for that, I need to earn some certificate, or I should have some certificate for it.
So audit, I think signing required the certificate, and there is a every year they are doing this exam. So there is a energy auditor exam BE has done, and if anyone just clear, they have the 4 papers. So if anyone clear the 4 papers, they will provide certified energy auditor, and if anyone can clear the 3 papers, then they are provide certificate of certified energy manager. And
Okay.
if anyone who has this certified energy auditor and done the 5 audits of the PAC sector, then they can claim for the accredited energy auditor.
Oh, great, sir. So everyone, if you anyone, if he wishes to become energy auditor, then he need to have the certification of BEE first. Then he
Yes.
only be eligible.
We also
So,
providing some, I think, authorization, not a certificate energy auditor, but they are providing authorization to the various entities. Maybe they have provided to the IIT Kanpur and the other organization. They can facilitate these type of activities, but the entity should also hire 1 or 2 auditors in their team. This is the requirement. So your maybe Bikaner Engineering College, they can do this type of activities for the clusters or maybe the buildings or those. But in your team, there should be one certified energy auditor.
okay, all right, sir. So I think that may also happen through the website of that BEI. If anyone is interested to become the energy auditor, then he can choose the subjects and apply for it through the website of BEI, I hope.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
There
Thank you
are
very much.
also some collaborative activities. They have some, I think, related to research related areas where the many maybe faculty and academic institution can also be part there.
Okay, sir. Okay. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much. You have presented very
Thank
well,
you.
and
Thank you.
it was really a wonderful presentation. And since it was generalized, and each and everyone can understand and can get out of it, so definitely it was very much useful presentation for all of us. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much once again on behalf of the Engineering College Bikaner in our Bikaner Technical University, Bikaner. So you have spared time out of your busy schedule since today is holiday for you, but you are here with us. So I'm once again thank you very much for sparing the time with us, and for the purpose of documentation and all, I'll call you and I'll chat you regarding that matter.
Okay.
So
Thank you,
thank you, sir.
Ganeshji.
Yes.
Ganeshji, should do I have some time here or not?
Yeah, sir. You have some time. There is no
So
problem.
if maybe interested, I have on this Aditi scheme some presentation. I can also want maybe 2-3 slides I can share. So if
Yeah,
any
yeah, sure,
faculty
sir.
member wants to be associated.
Yes, sure, sir. Actually, that Aditi project must also have the energy auditor, which is being cleared by BE. Is it? One must
So
be
it is,
energy auditor
yeah, yeah.
before
So
applying into the Aditi.
yeah, audit part required, I think the certification, but you can hire these services from anyone. Maybe in your team member, one team member should be the energy auditors.
Okay, great, sir.
Just a minute.
ADEETI. Is it?
ADEETI.
Yes, yes, Aditi scheme. Assistance in deploying energy efficiency technology in industries and
Yes.
establishments. Yes.
Just give me 1 minute, I think.
Yes, yes, no problem.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir. It is being shared actually. Still rotating some cursor. Yeah, yeah. Now it's visible.
So currently this scheme has maybe the basis from the one of the budget speech in 2024, and the mandate given is that 60 clusters are going to be benefited with the interest subvention scheme.
Okay.
So total outlay of this scheme is at 75 crore interest subvention, and if I say maybe 3 to 5%, 5% for the small and micro and 3% for the medium. So this at 75 crore interest subvention can able to unlock maybe the market size of around 13,000 crore energy efficiency project. And there may be, if I maybe assume 1 crore in per entity basis, so around 13,000 MSME are going to be benefited. So this is a very big, large size project, and they are providing very substantial amount of 3% and 5% interest subvention. The subvention means that if any maybe small and micro entity going a 1 crore loan for implementing the energy efficiency project. So if they are maybe getting the loan at the 10%, then the cost burden to the MSME is that 5% will be paid from the Ministry of Power, and 5% is going to be borne by the MSME unit. And if the unit is medium, then 3% from the Ministry of Power and 7% they have to bond. So this is the a broad, I think, classifications they have. Apart from that, they also providing hand-holding support for the energy audits and the DPR preparation for the M&V report. The project size is from 10 lakhs to 15 crore. And these are, I think, the major clusters. So there are 14 sectors and the 60 clusters. So many states like in the this Punjab, the Gujarat, the Uttar Pradesh, the Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, those states have more than 5 type of clusters within the state jurisdiction. In Rajasthan, the Jaipur is steel rolling cluster is there, and also in various areas. So bricks, foundry, steel rolling, paper, textile, forging, pharma, food processing, fisheries, ceramics, brass, glass refractory, and chemical. These are the 14 sectors. So I request if any faculty member or any institution wants to be associated for energy auditing in these clusters, B side, we will provide full support, and they can also maybe provide handholding support to the MSME. Also, I request if any, maybe your faculty members have the student who doing some research park for the industrial. So currently we have, I think, received around 685 expression of interest. So any student under the faculty, they can also do get the data. We can associate with the some of the clusters, and on the basis of cluster, I think the profile, the data collected or type of energy efficiency intervention in their research papers or in their publication, they can also get benefited. So this is, I think, the broad from my side. Based on the states, these are the clusters and the list of sectors are here.
So I hope these guidelines are also available with the that Aditi
Yeah, it is
website.
publicly available. It is publicly available.
And
IIT Madras is supporting us in development of the online portal for this entire scheme, and because this scheme is recently taken over from given the assignment to the ESL for the implementation part, so we are working with IIT Madras team, and you may all be aware. One, I think the unique thing is that IIT Madras have around 10 centers in the different IITs. In IIT Jodhpur also they have one IAC Center, Industrial Energy Efficiency Assessment Center, and they have the nice equipment and also the team there. So any institution, academia can also maybe part of their system, and they can also get benefited if any auditing instrument is required or any support is required.
yes,
I can able to connect with the Professor Seshadri is looking after, I think, coordinating with these 10 IAC centers. So IIT Gandhinagar is there, IIT Jodhpur is there, IIT Ropar is there, IIT Bombay is there, IIT Madras, IIT Hyderabad, IIT Guwahati, IIT Indore. These are, I think, the known numbers I have.
almost
Names.
all the IITs have their centers now.
Yes. Yeah, they have around 10 or 12 centers currently. Recently, this Jodhpur, I am part of associated, and we have provided support to this center also.
So probably they have acquired or they have procured these instruments required for auditing
Yes, yes.
their own.
Yes, yes. And very nice instrument they have, and this is supported by the Kotak Mahindra. I think there's some CSR responsibility funds they have get from CSR fund.
Okay, okay, okay.
So any student or maybe the faculty member wants to get the data, maybe the whatever the audits they have done They also have some IT tools also there.
Yes, sir. So I think we should wind it up here only. If there is any question in the chat box, sir, you can if you can see there. I don't think there is any question or a query in the chat.
I'm not able to see here any chat from my side.
Okay, sir. All right. So I
Thank
think
you.
we should wind it up here only. And I once again thank you, Girja sir, for sparing a
Thank you.
valuable time with us. And in future, we will also be there in touch to for further collaboration and all. So thank you once again. And
Thank you.
participants, please be here only. We have one more session today, and that will be taken by Dr. Rahul Dubey sir. So he'll join soon, and definitely we will get some benefit out of that also. So Girja sir, thank you, and you can now
Thank you.
leave. Yeah,
Thank
thank you very
you.
much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ganesh.
So participants, please be here only since we have one another session, and then thereafter we have the quiz session. Although I can post that quiz in WhatsApp group also, but since you should be here only, and if any one of you wish to ask during that session, we can answer some of the questions. So it will be more benefited if we discuss something during the quiz time also, since it is not a kind of examination. That these questions which are having which are there in the quiz are very much generalized. Everyone can answer these questions, but maybe some of you might not be able to answer some of the questions. So you can discuss that in the WebEx meet also. So that will be more benefited for you. So that the link of that quiz will be shared at 6:30 only, since we have one more session in between from 5 to 6:30. Actually, one more session left for today. That is the last session for this FDP, and this session will be taken by Dr. Rahul Kumar Dubey. He will be joining from Bengaluru, and he is there in Robert Boss company for the protection of power system and all. So maybe that will also be useful for, since I have already told them that we have the participants from interdisciplinary fields. So he should keep the presentation a more generalized, so that everyone can understand that what exactly is going on in practice for the protection and kind of sustainable development with the renew power in present grid. So definitely that will also be useful and benefited for we all people. So please be here only. Once again, I am repeating that the quiz link will be shared at 6:30 only. So once again, I am repeating that 6:30 at 6:30, we will share the link for the quiz, and it will remain live for 1 hour. So in between that 1 hour, you should answer the questions. Although there are very much generalized questions, as I already said, and I already post in the WhatsApp group also. So I hope there is no problem with that. And at last, we have one more session, that is valedictory session at 7:30, I think. So I'm sure you all will be there in that session also, because I wish to hear from your side that what you have got takeaways from this FDP. So please be here only. Actually, I So actually, I was having one call. Actually, sir is going to visit. Actually, who had taken this session, last session, Girja sir is visiting Bikaner also tomorrow. So that's why he is talking about that one. So I think I should wait for at least 5 to 10 minutes in between, and probably our expert for the next session, Dr. Rahul Dubey, will join soon. So in between, please have a tea, and then we will meeting within 10 to 15 minutes. Thank you very much.